Who's to say, right?
I don't know. Kenny? Or just, yeah, Kenny and Ori just been doing some great stuff for the league. Love to see it. Even if I can't make it out every week, I'll do what I can to help. Looks like stream's back up.
We're getting nothing out right for OBS though.
Oh, never mind. I'm just rewatching the. Oh, looks like Sunny just scooped.
Am I good to post the link, Kenny? Should I post that link?
Final link. Last one. I think we're up and running.
All right, this is it, chat.
So if they are doing a set, looks like Jorge took game one pretty handedly. Took a Dracloak knockout with Absol, and the Claw of Darkness I think was just too much for Sunny's hand at that point.
Yeah, Sunny really needed the Lilies or counterpicture Iono play to get back in the game there, but with Latias in play, there really wasn't much Sunny could do besides just keep letting parts get ripped out of his hand by Absol.
It's like Sunny starting off with a mulligan. Unfortunate to see because he did have a Buddy Poffin in that hand. But that is the Pokemon trading card game.
Another tough hand to mulligan. The energy, double Buddy Poffin, Iono, and looks like Jorge has all the options he would want in that hand, besides maybe a supporter.
I didn't see what he started with. You know, if he had a good starter, potentially a Run Aaron could have.
It looked like it looked like a Kang, but it's hard to say. Oh, it is a Monkey Dory. Also not bad. A great card if you can turbo energize with it.
It looks like he's playing Ice Cream in that list as well. I see from the hand. Something interesting that may come up during this match.
I saw the Toad Scroll in there as well too. So not a terrible card to play against Dragon Ball, but your bench space really, you want it to just be double Monkey, Psyduck, Absol, Kangaskhan, either Petron or Absol though. So not a ton of room on the bench to fit the Toad in there usually.
Yeah, I believe Jorge's turn was just an attach and pass. What's up, Kenny? I know you're... Okay. So we're just sounding crazy if we talk to you.
Oh, my schizo, you know, took me, Kenny. All right, luckily off the Lilies for 8, Sunny is able to find a Buddy Poffin.
He was getting more than just the Duskull down. Potentially getting 2 Dreepies here. He did start off with the Badoo in the active.
This is a great start for Sunny.
With this also shuts down the other player's potential of using the Precious Trolley. But with that hand, I'm just not too sure. He's kind of living off a top deck at this point. Everything in his hand does not have him see more cards. Mostly just big 2-prize Pokemon that he probably doesn't want to put down on the bench at this point.
Yeah, this really seems like this is Pult's best way to win this matchup is to just go second, slam down the jamming tower to prevent the turbo energize, attack with Digipollen, prevent the Precious Trolley, and just set up as wide as you can as this deck tries to operate under item locking. Then immediately has the stadium bump. I don't know if it's worth putting the bump down until you're ready to go for the energize.
He does boss up the Dreepy with an energy, trying to force him to retreat that manually. Puts down the Psyduck because he did see the Duskull come down this game. Moves 10 damage from the Itchy Pollen, which could potentially start building up some pressure on that Badoo, giving him an extra prize card to see more cards.
I wouldn't mind bossing up the Duskull here since you put the Psyduck down, saying if you want to remove this Duskull, you're going to have to hard retreat to put Latios down. You can't just pop it and get it out of here.
Looks like Sunny just going to Dracloak, potentially pressuring a Dragon Headbutt, and with Monkey Dory, I don't believe this list even plays Psychic Energy, so the option of Mind Bend might not even be there for the other player.
We'll see Sunny go immediately for the Recon Directive. Probably should be looking to set up his board more. He's in real no pressure to do anything besides item lock this turn. Another Buddy Pop and a great find for Sunny, like I said, just to establish his board.
Potentially going wide with at least one more Dreepy and interchangeable here as far as a Duskull or a Dreepy. He would have to pressure the Psyduck at some point. Looks like just one Dreepy there.
Yeah, I think it's smart play by Sunny, knowing that, right now all he really needs is these three Dreepies, hopefully turning into 3 Cloaks, and just pressuring with Badoo until he gets his board set up. Keeping space for something like the Halucha to chase down that Psyduck when he finally evolves into Dragapult.
Looks like he hard retreats the Dracloak into the Badoo just to keep initiating the item lock. Knowing that Badoo has free retreat, he can push up the Dracloak again. But
is that a Zerosic? That is a Zerosic machination.
Looks like Sunny, not too hard of a decision there, is able to remove 3 cards from hand with no problem.
Helps that Sunny was able to find that Dracloak this turn before the Zerosic machination, having some onboard draw, not just living off the top deck. Finds his own Monkey Dory with Luminous Energy, so committing, like I said, still under the item lock, not committing to attack him with Dragapult this turn. I'm sure if he had it, he would have went for it.
Potentially looking for more Dracloaks this turn. Looks like he does find a Lilies. He's probably looking for more Dreepies to set up his board a little wider, add more draw support. But
now this point, the Badoo does have 2 damage counters on it. So if he punches back into this Monkey Dory, he is just giving the Adrenabraid knockout, and Jorge's will be able to kind of just bring whatever he wants in the active. But I think Sunny's enough turns ahead where unless Jorge has a pretty incredible top deck, it's going to be pretty tough for him to get back in this.
Looks like he finds another Dracloak, able to activate more Recon Directive abilities. What Sunny could do here is move that 20 damage to the Psyduck and do Itchy Pollen to the Monkey Dory in the active, not being able to move 30 damage over to that Badoo in one turn. Looks like he moves 20 damage to the Psyduck.
Nice.
Not able to build up the 30 damage needed to knock that Badoo for a free prize card on his opponent's next turn, and another Itchy Pollen. Doesn't look like there's much going on in his hand. Yeah, just puts the hand down.
Scoops it up, says, man, I got nothing.
Back and forth games. Sunny's opponent there was able to get a quick game going off with the turn 2 advantage of the Arven into TM Energize, but
you can see him flipping over his cards. It's a lot of nothing, man. It's tough, man.
Yeah, even if he were to get a Kangaskhan, get the draws going, he would have wanted to get rid of that watchtower or the jamming tower anyways. But just not able to find anything this game. Potentially setting up for a third.
Yeah, shuffling up for what looks like a third game. It's like you were saying, both game 1 and game 2 are kind of non-games by either side of the table, so.
And it looks like they're going to be doing a sudden death match for the last game. In this rule set, I believe they put out 6 prizes, and the first prize wins the set.
That's correct. Yeah, we want Ionos to still be active to 6, not sitting out only one prize card, making Iono an incredibly powerful card if any player finds it in their opening hand. Yeah, first I'm going to take a prize card. This definitely favors Jorge in this position, but I know Sunny has been a fan of Dragapult with Candy, so we can maybe opt first or get the quick Dreepy to Dragapult Neo upper and just kind of take that first prize. This could definitely still go Sunny's way.
And knowing that those rules are available, Jorge might not be willing to bench the Psyduck in this game. Just the potential for the Jet Headbutt for the knockout.
Yeah, I'd love for Sim to see go Kangaskhan, and try to get the early Turbo Energize onto the one on the bench.
Looks like we're setting the hands here.
A lot of energy in the hand for Jorge.
Looks like they found a basic. We're gaming. Looks like a full 6 prize cards laid out, but again, first to get their first prize. Dreepy versus looks like an Absol on his side. Attach pass from Sunny.
I don't think there's any Pokemon in Jorge's list that can do 70 damage to one. We're going to find out real quick. He's going just here for the Arven, so assuming Precious Trolley, if it's not prized, and Turbo Energize is still going to be the play.
Looks like Precious Trolley is not prized, able to get that off. Potentially looking for energy here in hand. I'm not too sure if he has one already, but he does.
Looked like he had quite a few in his opening hand, but going for the Trolley now. Like I said, I don't think he needs to go super wide in this kind of format of sudden death. Give yourself the least outs to being, boss Ichipal installed while Sunny sets up.
Looks like he might be benching that Psyduck, which could be a liability in this game. It is a boss and an energy and Dracloak away from being knocked out with that attack from the Dracloak.
Yeah, I think Jorge may just be playing on autopilot here, not considering the rules of sudden death, or just assuming, okay, it's Dragapult, I put my Psyduck down, right?
So he retreats into the Kanga, run errand, draws an energy for that TM Energize.
I was debating the Mist or the Dark Energy attachment to the active. Looks like he's just going for the Dark Energy.
Oh, he has plenty of Darks in hand. So next turn, he will be firing off an attack with this Absol. Looks like Sunny is able to attach an energy.
And Lilies. Oof. Not getting the Dracloak boss there would have been a cool pop-off, but
I don't know if Sunny has anything but the Bloodwind Ursaluna to tank a shot from the Absol. Bloodwind Ursaluna and Fez, but neither of those Pokemon you want in the active spot.
No. And with the poison on the Kangaskhan, even if you guys promote Fez, something like an energy switch to the Monkey Dory, I don't think, no, it shouldn't be poison because you Petra move up to Evital and then retreat. So I think the marker on there is maybe just for the ability being used.
Sunny does find the Dracloak. Benches a Bloodwind Ursaluna, so he has a Pokemon to push up that wouldn't get knocked out in one shot by the Claw of Darkness.
Well, he's just hoping that Jorge doesn't have boss.
Which is a tough ask in a deck that plays 4 of them. He retreats the Dracloak, pushes up the Blood Moon, says pass, and hopes he doesn't have a boss.
Now he does still get to see the 2 cards from that errand with Kangaskhan in the active. But if Jorge misses the boss here, and Sunny can go boss, retreat into Dracloak, and boss the Psyduck, Sunny could win this game. We see the energy, see the Petrod, and the boss. That's it, chat.
And yeah, it's like they're scooping up the cards. Yeah, in this best of 1 format, it is pretty rough for Dragapult. There is only one line really to be able to get going early, but was not able to find the boss on the turn he needed.
Yeah, you really need to go second in this matchup and try to just itchy pollen them out of that precious trolley, prevent them from setting up their board. Once their board's set up with the Turbo Energizer too, it's pretty tough. And as we saw, Jorge, he just needed that one turn of going second, finding the 1 of 4 Arvin, having the energy in hand, setting up the Absol, and he was ready to go.
Yeah, not much else you need to ask for out of the Absol box deck. He did start off with Arvin and some energies. Drew pretty well on his side.
Well, chat, that might be the last game we have on stream. Super Sports Cards League does end at 7 p.m. Pacific. It is 7:05, so not sure about how much longer we'll be online for, but yeah, appreciate everyone for coming online and checking out the stream.
Yeah, if
Sure there'll be
anybody
many more.
is local to our area, Super Sports Cards on Andreessen. Great store to shop at, great store to play at. Feel free to join the community.
Super